Hi, it's Chris from Expressive. In 2019, we released our first ever software instrument, a suite of solo string instruments called Touché Collection, an exploration of expressivity inspired by our first hardware product, the Touché controller. And 6 years later, the landscape has evolved. Osmose is here, the world of MIDI polyphonic expression has grown, and besides our own MPE soft synth Noisia 2, we've cooperated with several other exciting developers to bring a broad but curated palette of soft synth sounds to Osmose owners with our Expressive suites. And now it's time for us to revisit our roots and bring our string plugin suite to the next level. Introducing Soliste, featuring a thoroughly reworked sound engine, advanced customization options, and above all, offering an unprecedented playing experience. Soliste is a bundle of 4 solo string MPE plugin instruments made to be played in real time. There's the violin VLN 356, the viola VLA 419, the cello CLO 756, and the double bass DBS 1130. Unlike sample libraries, Soliste's physical modeling technology allows you to be much closer to how those instruments are meant to be played, by live gestures on a physical instrument. It is your fingers that let you define bowing, dynamics, articulation and vibrato in a joyous interaction with the sound itself. Watch this. Soliste was made for Osmose but is compatible with all MPE controllers. Of course, we mapped Soliste to perfectly respond to our Touché hardware, and it still works nicely on traditional legacy MIDI controllers without MPE support. We designed the Soliste plugins to be both fun and easy to use, while also ensuring they can be tailored to your needs. You decide precisely how you wish to interact with the instrument and how you shape its tone and character to fit your composition. How? Let's dive in to find out. When opening the plugin, you will land on the main page. There's a nice visualization of the type of instrument you want to play. Find your favorite model by switching through different resonant bodies with the arrows. On the left and right sides, you will be shown an excerpt from the other 2 pages, the most relevant parameters for your performance from both the bow page and the pitch page. A click on More Control on the right brings us to the bow page or right-hand page. There, we can adjust how you play the instrument's bow through 3 main blocks: the attack block, the expression block, and the linking notes block, plus a set of advanced bow parameters. Switching to the left, the pitch page or left-hand page allows you to adjust your playing experience related to the pitch of the notes with the assisted vibrato block and the portamento block. The buttons at the top of the interface open sidebars for further configuration. Clicking on the 3 dots in the upper right corner opens the main menu. There's a link to the manual, you can scale the interface and adapt the plugin configuration to match the MPE controller you're using. The MPE on-off button lets you switch between using an MPE controller or a generic MIDI controller with Soliste. A MIDI sidebar allows you to manage global assignments of parameters to classic control elements such as the mod wheel or other knobs and faders, and the Effects sidebar offers simple but effective tools to balance the instrument's tone and make it fit in the mix. Let's get into the details while opening the Presets sidebar. When you open the Presets sidebar, you will see 2 tabs, the Mode tab and the User tab. While the User tab serves to save an exact copy of all current settings of the instrument as a preset, the playing modes in the Mode tab are helpful starting points we offer to the player. They define only how you play the virtual bow of Soliste. It's important to understand that recalling these factory articulation presets does not override any left-hand pitch settings you have defined, nor your choice of resonant body or your effect settings. Let's see how these playing modes influence the playing experience you will have, as well as the tone of the instrument. In the Mode tab, you will first have access to 3 classic modes. These were designed for expressive playing with MPE or a continuous MIDI controller. The first preset, called Classic Mode, was designed to be the easiest to use. An attack is triggered each time you play a new note, followed by a sustain whose dynamics are then continuously controlled by the expression parameter, which corresponds to the vertical position of your finger on the key. Regardless of the intensity of your initial attack, Soliste will always perform a smooth and continuous bow movement without any gaps for you. A lot of thought went into how the attack and expression blocks interact with each other and can be intuitively adapted to your preferences. For the attack, you can adjust the overall dynamic and set the bow trigger's time to be longer or shorter up to a degree where they will be muted. The shape of the attacks can be smoother or sharper. Both the dynamics and the time can be set to react to the velocity of your key trigger. In classic playing mode, the expression block is set to sustain and lets you dial in only the overall dynamics of the continuous expression portion of your playing. Other playing modes may offer more expression block options. We'll look into those later on. The linking notes block lets you decide whether you want the notes to be played legato for a smooth connection between the notes, or détaché for a more pronounced playing style where notes are kept separate. On top of this, some modes have multiple character options that you can choose from. These variations affect the advanced bow parameters, expanding the range of available tones from standard to light, intense or accented. Virtuoso mode is an advanced playing mode designed to allow you to take immediate control of the bow movement in real time with maximum precision and nuances. In this mode, the expression block is configured in back and forth mode. This means that pressing the key makes the bow move forward and releasing it moves the bow back again. The Virtuoso mode allows for more natural bowing oriented on the real-life behavior of the instrument. First off, if there is no movement of the bow, there will be no sound. Then, instead of relying on the attack block for every bow trigger and on the sustain for an automated continuous bow movement, you have total freedom to express yourself by taking complete control over the bow yourself. You will get totally different results when tapping a note, pressing it slowly or shaking it. No two bow strikes are the same, adding many details and realism to your playing. It's unlike anything you've played when it comes to organic arpeggios, dramatic rhythmic patterns, or a manual tremolo that you can play to suit your track perfectly. To make Soliste understand when you intend to trigger a bow strike while lifting the key and when you simply want to release a note, we have implemented an advanced logic regarding the detection of your playing. There's a lift limiter with an adaptable threshold. If you release a note rather quickly, the lift limiter will suppress the bow trigger on your way up. If you lift the key more slowly, the system will interpret this as a complete back and forth movement of the bow. The Expressive bow mode combines the advanced bow control of Virtuoso mode with a comfortable sustain of Classic mode. When moving a key rather quickly, your movement controls the bow directly with back and forth, just as in Virtuoso mode. When you change the pressure applied more slowly or hold the key still, the automatic sustain of Classic mode takes over. There's a variety of articulations that players of string instruments use to make their voices so lively and flexible. In addition to the classic playing modes mentioned earlier, we offer some of the most useful techniques as a set of specifics and shorts in the Modes tab. The composers among you will surely recognize sul ponticello, sul tasto, pizzicato, Bartok pizzicato and col legno, spiccato, staccato and martelé. Check it out. Soliste also offers a dedicated playing mode for tremolo, where the movement of the bow going back and forth quickly on one note is generated automatically for you. And you can set the amplitude and speed of the tremolo and modulate them with your continuous expression signal, meaning how deeply you press a key. The modulation knobs next to the parameters set the modulation depth, and the crossfade knob lets you define whether it is more the pressure or the aftertouch on Osmose that is taken into account. For a more human touch of automated tremolo, we recommend introducing some randomness. To achieve all these articulations, we don't dial up hidden samples or behind-the-scenes tricks. It all depends on the settings of the attack and expression blocks, and most importantly, on how you shape the advanced bow parameters that play a crucial role in the timbre the instrument produces as you play and its expressive response. Bow position, bow intensity, bow accents, bow pressure and bow noise are all accessible to you as the user as well, regardless of the mode or preset you're using. As seen on the tremolo before, you can also use the knobs right next to the parameters to introduce modulation. This time not only from the pressure and aftertouch, but also from the attack block. Pitch control and vibrato play a big role in making string instruments one of the most expressive instruments. Soliste lets you play your own intuitive vibrato directly on your MPE controller by wiggling the key sideways, or by using the pitch control or the classic MIDI controller for it. Additionally, Soliste features an assisted vibrato function that can blend in a naturally sounding automatic vibrato with your playing. While no wiggling or slow wiggling will enable the automatic vibrato, faster movements will let you take the lead for a manual vibrato whenever you wish. You can let this fade in upon each note trigger, or be controlled by a continuous expression signal, or both. There is a fade-in time that can depend on the note velocity, and of course the amplitude and speed of the vibrato. When using continuous control, you will re-find the same modulation and mount knobs that we've seen in the advanced bow controls. They let you easily define how much the amplitude and speed of the automatic vibrato are influenced by the pressure and the aftertouch you apply to your instrument. Graceful glides between pitches are part of the vocabulary of every string player when it comes to emotive playing. Thanks to MIDI polyphonic expression, this so-called portamento can be played directly on your MPE controller. Osmose players can activate the press glide feature in the playing menu to play pitch glides by manually distributing pressure between two keys in a kind of a seesaw movement. For non-MPE controllers, a dedicated portamento block is available on the pitch page of Soliste. It lets you activate an automatic pitch glide for all notes you play in a legato manner, or only trigger it below or above a certain velocity threshold. The time it takes for the glide to go from start pitch to end pitch will be scaled between the two values you enter in milliseconds. To ensure your playing with Soliste integrates well with your track, we offer a simple yet effective set of tools in the effects sidebar. There's a 3-band parametric equalizer for tone shaping, a timbre knob that controls the overall brightness of the sound, plus a realistic convolution reverb to put your sound in the right perspective. Easy to use, great sounding and highly adaptable, Soliste brings solo string plugins into a new realm of expression. A deeply rewarding playing experience where every nuance flows directly from your touch with all the little accidents, frictions and imperfections that give soul to your music. We hope you will enjoy playing with Soliste. Happy music making!